Lost You, it's Kerry in Stitches. It's Saturday the 20th of July and this is the Longest Day SAL. The Longest Day SAL is the brainchild of Joe of Serendipitous Stitching on Blogspot. It's basically the longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. I can't even say the word. And I'm going to try and stitch on all my whips. In the past I've stitched on 18. This year I only got 10 whips, so we'll see how it goes. I'm all set up here. I have got coffee and 2 baskets, 1 basket full of whips here, and then I've got an empty basket here ready to put all the whips in as I touch them. So we'll see how it goes. I'm allotting roughly 45 minutes to an hour to each whip, with breaks at lunchtime and tea time. I have a timetable. I'm already running behind, but hey, it's Saturday morning. So here's my first whip. This is Elizabeth Shephard, and I would love to get this Quaker finished here. That's my goal. And that's Elizabeth Shephard, in case you haven't seen her. And so, what were you doing and not watching my video last week? So yeah, I'd love to get the rest of this done. I may not get to the pink bits in it, but we will see. So that's my first whip, and I'll be recording vlog style over the day with the other 9, and I'll be back in an hour to show you how far I've got and introduce whip number 2. So bye bye. So the first hour is done, and one thing I remember from my last one, I've got to stop saying so. Ow. So I've done my first hour, and here we go. So I did get all of this finished. I still have to put some of the pinky purple in here, here and in here, but I achieved my goal and I am really happy. So this is Elizabeth Shephard by the Scarlet letter, stitched in the DMC conversion on 28 count antique white, I'm guessing. Even weave, but on a Zweigart. I think it's a Zweigart base. I think, yeah, it's a Zweigart. So there we go. Project number 1 done. 9 to go. So into the basket that one goes, and we move on to project 2. So I don't know if I said this in my first clip. We're going oldest to youngest, and this is my second oldest whip, and this is Christmas Angel by Lesley Teare. And I am not doing the border, and I am not putting wings on her because I want her to kind of just go with my other black quilt lady. So I'm not a big angel person. So that's that one. And this is where I'm at. This is stitched on a piece of 28 count blue green guppy from Jodyri Designs, and it was one of their fabric of the months. It's an opalescent, which you can't tell. No, it's an opalescent as well. So, and I can only see that big purple splodge at the bottom holding it up to the light. So that's where I'm at. What would I like to get done? Let's have a quick look at the chart. Okay, I'm going to say, so looking at it, I'm stitching in here at the moment, and there are that row of flowers, so, and then a row of flowers, a row of diamonds, and then a row of 3 flowers. I'm going to go for, let's get the row of flowers finished and maybe the row of diamonds. So I think that would be good. And that would be a really good progress on this. So onward. See you in an hour. Oh, Elizabeth Shephard, I stitched for 56 minutes. Hour 2 is complete. I did the full hour on this. I completed that, did all of those. and I ended up having, it's half a stitch out somewhere along here, so I just clearly started to correct it, and so it's half a stitch out, and I've gone with it so it's back in line. So yeah, so I think that's a good progress. Oh, I've popped the chart away. I always look at this and think, oh, I've nearly finished it, you know, the skirt's quite finished the skirt. So I've got those, so I've just done that one there, so I've got a couple more to do there and another little diamondy thing. They've got beads in the middle of them, I'll bead everything at the end. So then I'll just have 2 layers of skirt. The gold I'm substituting for PTB, whatever number that is. PB72. And then there is a mixture of black Etoile and 317, I think it is. Yeah, DMC 317. So that is essentially my colour palette. So I'm pleased with it, it's looking good. It was nice to get it back out again, and it does make me want to stitch on it again, because I've been going for such a long time just pretending it doesn't exist. And it's going to be beautiful when it's done, so. No, still can't. Oh, there's a slight shimmer there. Let's pop it away. Oh, fingers and thumbs. Let's not pop it away. I'll pop it away in a minute. But I will pop those now. Right then. So, oldest whip number 3. It's not an oldest whip per se, it is oldest series, which is the Lizzie Kate Flippets, and I'm skipping June, and I'm going to do the July one. So I am substituting some of the threads. I'll pull, I might even have the, oh, I have got Aztec red. So the watermelon will be done in Aztec red because I've got that. And then I'm just going to pull a green, what's the green? Seaweed, got green. Probably got dry sage too. Okay, so, and I might pull the weeks for the watermelon and then just do blue DMC. And for the July block and the border, we have these. And in fact, actually, I will use that one in these are the Jodyri, and I will use that in place of the dried sage, and I've thrown the bag on the floor. Oh, love this one. Nevermore is going to be the blue, which is a really inky blue black. Might be a bit dark, we won't worry about it. And then I'm going to go with, oh, that'll be for the July as well. And the border is going to be in Frozen Meadow, which is a kind of grey-y, purpley green. So there we go. I know it's not ideal for me sitting in front of the window, but it's comfortable. And it's going to be stitched on a piece of Waterlily, 32 count. So I will see you in an hour. We've now hit the point where we've got the dryer going and the washing machine going, so background noise may happen. Hour 3 is over, and I can't pick up the chart. So I was and that's what we got. We have a July that's not showing up very well. It'll be fine when it's got all this black, it's dark blue around it. So that's Rainforest by Jodyri Designs, the thread on 32 count Waterlily by Herman. Is that right? Which help? Somebody. Next up is another new start. It's Jack Frost's Tree Farm Part 2. This is Douglas Fir. So I'm stitching it in the called for fabric, which is I'm not a huge fan of, which is cardboard. It's Portobello linen from Access Commodities, 30 count. I'm not a huge fan, I must say. And I'm using the called for. Okie dokie. let's crack on. We're at the hour of end of hour 4. I need a nap, and this is where we've got to. This is so Jack Frost Tree Farm, and I've done all the border. I hadn't intended on doing all the border. I had planned on starting to do that swirly bit at the top, this bit here for the bow, but ended up with the border instead. So there we go. So that's that's project number 4 stitched on, and that's going to go into the bag, and then in my lovely shell bag. And then number 5 is the Apothecary sign by Darling and Whimsy Designs, and there's that. This is on a piece of fabric that Audrey Stitchy Rich 42 dyed and gifted to me, and I'm using a Soy Silk from the Pure Palette, which is, I think it's just like a single stranded one if I remember rightly, so it's a bit thicker than others. So let's get started. Well, hour 5 was a surprise. So I frogged it. I've decided that I'm not happy with it. I'm not loving it. It's a great design. Deanna designs really good charts, but not loving it at the moment. Therefore, I'm going to UFO it. I'm going to pop it all back in its little bag, and I'm going to put it away later. 9 whips. So I did frog it all. I thought I'm going to use the time to frog, and that brings me on. That is the last of my pre-2020 whips. So I now only have 4. So next out is Monkey Wrench by Ink Circles. I love this, and it's got lots of glare, so there we go. I had it kitted in Silks for You. It's not the call for. The call for is Kerry's Creations, but I know that Tracy Horner, is that the Ink Circles lady? Yeah, she is in the process of a lot of the Kerry's Creations ones she's redoing, so does have a DMC conversion, but I decided to go with that palette. So Silks for You PR121, PR19, PR25 and PR120. So there we go. And let's have a look. So yeah, I mean, I think you can, there's kind of 3 browns, so that'll be purple, and then you've got the darker brown and the lighter brown, and that'll obviously be the turquoisey greeny colour. So sad. And I'm stitching it on 40 count Fairy Forest by Crafty Kitten. That kind of shows it's bluey green, and that's where I'm at. So see you at Needle Minder, the Silks for You one as well. So see you in an hour. It's now 7:30ish here. I've had a sleep. It was just going to be one of those. So I've had a sleep. We've had dinner, and I've got 4 whips left to do this evening. So here's where I got to on Monkey Wrench. I ended up having to pull all of this bit out here and put that back in, and then we started here. So not as much progress as I would have hoped for, but progress nonetheless. So hey ho, never mind, onward, onward. So let me pop that back in its bag. And I did have to go and find size 28 needles and things like that for it, so oh, let's chuck that out the way. Into its bag it goes. Really could do with having a really nice project bag rather than one of these. I'll have to have a look in the drawer, see what I've got. So that's another one into the bag. Let's move the coffee out the way. And next up is cardinal points in my Christine bag. So, Call for Gentle Arts. I can't even remember where I got to there. So there's the chart. So, okay, that's fair enough, that's all I've got done, so it needs to be in there a bit flatter, it's a bit scrunched up. So, stitched on 36 count blush ivory Zweigart, gifted to me by Sharon at Christmas, and there we go. So, let's see what half an hour brings on this. Then for cardinal points, I've got it upside down. We'll go that way now. So I did these two leaf outlines and that red flower there. So it's a bit less to do. Oh, it's about 150 stitches, so you know, not bad. So what have we got left? Let's have a look. Let's pop some things away. So we're down to 3 whips to go. Oh, I'll kick the camera. Everything in. Apparently my working paper's not going to go in. So what's left? Right then. Humble Honey. Just on the bag up. Humble Honey by Hands On Design. Oh, I'm going to get some glare. So there we go. And started this a couple of weeks ago for the Humble Honey SAL, and you saw it in my floss tube yesterday, well, last week. And just get the chart back up. That's where I'm at with it. So just about to start the word honey. So wish me luck. Whip 8 is done. Yes, whip 8 is done. I forgot what. Oh, it's got a loose needle sat on the top. That's not good. So, Humble Honey is there now there. So, progress. 32 count Black Dahlia by Sparklies. I'm not sure if I said that. Fast becoming one of my favourite fabrics. So, Humble Honey goes away. It's stitched in the called for white and then some a mixture of Weeks and Gast. No, a mixture of Weeks and Gast. I will tell you. Yeah, so Huckleberry and Avocado from Gast and Amber from Weeks is what's going to be in that. And then this Black Dahlia from Sparkles. So that's another one down. Let's fling that in there. Number 9, Alice from Cross-Stitch SAL. So let's see if I can get that rabbit done. Wish me luck. The penultimate clip, maybe? If this were a movie, this piece would be 10 Things I Hate About You. I've frogged those rabbit ears 3 times tonight and kind of got them restitched now, and the stitches are terrible and I don't care anymore. So still no finish on the bunny. That Alice block and everything else took me 5 days. I was like, bunny, 4 days, no problem. Day 6, still going. It's been one of those weeks. So that's going away. And that's another project bag in the basket. And the last project bag is coming out. So it's the Cross Stitcher Summer Sale, and that's the first part. And then on Sparkly Green Ada, and I'm doing a restart, so because I miscounted. So a bit of border and a bit of Jodyri, and we'll see where we get on. I'm calling it quits. It's a good little restart. That's knocking on 100 stitches there, and actually it's 94 stitches, 93 stitches. So I'm happy, and I'm calling it quits now. I will be back tomorrow morning, or tomorrow at some point, or whenever, in a millisecond when you see this next clip drop on. I will be back and I will give you just some facts and some figures about what I've stitched today, how many hours in total, and just some things I've found out today. So I will be back tomorrow. It's now 11:15 here at night. I've been stitching since 9:30, on and off, pretty much on and off all day since 9:30 this morning. Well, pretty much more on than off, averaging probably 45 minutes per project. So it's time to rest those eyes. I don't think I'll be reading this evening, so I'm going to finish my cup of coffee, decaf, a bit of chocolate, and I'll fill you in on all the stats tomorrow. It certainly has been the longest day stitching wise. I've barely moved out of the dining room all day, so I'll give you a wrap up shortly. Still here, still in front of the window. It's Sunday morning now, but I thought I'd just jump on and give you a little wrap up of my longest day SAL. So I stitched for 8 hours and 6 minutes. I stitched on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different counts of fabric, so 14, 18 and 20 count Adas, 28 count even weaves, 30, 32, 36 and 40 count linens, by 3 different makers, and I can't actually read what that says, and 4 different hand dyers. So it was Zweigart, Access Commodities and Audrey, and then hand dyed by Crafty, Kitten, Sparklers and Jodyri Designs, along with a piece that Audrey dyed for me. I used Weeks, Gast, Classic Colorworks, DMC threads. I also used a Jodyri overdyed thread, as well as Silks for You and Soy Silks. So it was a fairly mixed bag. I even used size 24, 26 and 28 needles over the day. So yeah, all the patterns were hard copy. Does that tell you something? All the patterns were hard copy. Most had working copies made, because I do like a working copy. I didn't highlight any. Oh, yes, I did highlight one chart. On my, well, not on the chart, but on my working copy of Cardinal's Points, so I knew where it was going. The shortest whip was the last one, which I only worked for 30 minutes on. Everything else was on average 45 minutes. I'm trying to think if there's anything else interesting to say about them. No. There you go. My favourite whips. I loved working on Jack Frost Tree Farm, so I'm really excited. That's really excited me to get back to that, and I might scrap my plans for Jolly July and actually just work on those instead. That'd be fun. And I loved working on Elizabeth Shephard. Biggest headache? Probably Alice. So I don't know whether it was the fact that it was 10 PM or, and it was late when I stitched on it Friday as well, so who knows whether it was that. So yeah, that was definitely in my least favourite. Well, I mean, I UFO'd one, so but I kind of did 6 stitches and knew that I wasn't happy with what I'd done previously, and as a lot of things that I said in my in the clip that you probably watched about 10 minutes ago. There we go. So it's been fun. I'm down to 9 whips again, so I have no plans to add anything new in at the moment, as I've got plenty to keep me going. I would like to now get all my pre-2020 whips done this year. That has definitely cemented it. I certainly had a plan to get Elizabeth Shephard done this year, so and yeah, so I'm just going to give that a really good go this year, I think, just to try and get those 4 done. And it would be really nice to just to kind of start 2021 with nothing that's older than a year. So it should be good, wouldn't it? Did I have? I say, yeah, my New Year New Start was finished New Year's Day this year, so I think. Or did I not have one? I don't even remember. So anyway, so that's pretty much a roundup. So thanks for watching this special edition vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry for all the so's, the ums and wells. They do appear to be my opening line, or my opening word. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back next week with a regular update. There is still time to enter the giveaway from my second stash dive video. My next special edition video, oh, I don't know. Not a clue. Actually, yes, I do know. We're going to have a stash dive into the finishing box and see whether we can put together some things for the with my finishes from Mania. So it's going to be a bit of a Christmas in July finishing stash dive, frugal finishing bonanza. I don't know, but that's what we're going to do. So until I see you next time, friends, happy stitching. Bye bye.